Welcome to the Transum Podcast, a monthly roundup of the new features on the transum.org website, providing mathematical puzzles, games, learning activities, and the ever-popular mathematics lesson starter of the day. Here's your host, John Tranter.
Hello, and this is podcast number 69 for the month of August 2020. It begins as usual with the puzzle of the month. Now, how would you like to win the Ultimate Teacher Trophy? If so, you need to win 2 games of Ultimate Noughts and Crosses, which are on the Transum website. But you need to win 2 games in a row. And you only get to play 3 games in total. Now, your opponents will be the super intelligent Professor Bogdan Plopmush and the enthusiastic but absent-minded Wally Pip. You have a 30% chance of beating Bogdan, but you have an 85% chance of beating Wally. Don't forget, you have to win 2 games in a row, and you only get to play 3 games altogether. Now, there are 2 options that you can choose between. Option A, you play Bogdan first, then Wally, then Bogdan again. Option B, you play Wally first, then Bogdan, then Wally again. So, remember, you have to win 2 games in a row. Which option, A or B, do you choose? Rewind this podcast if you want to hear all that again. But the answer will be at the end of this podcast. And while you're thinking about that, I'll give you the normal update on the developments on the Transum website. Well, I am currently lucky enough to be in a country where there have been no locally transmitted cases of you-know-what for months. So I was able to have a summer beach holiday. Lucky me. I justified it by knowing that I was helping, albeit in a very small way, the tourist industry here. But while sun, sea and sand were perfect for relaxing, they did tend to limit the number of new additions to the Transum website for the month of July. But nevertheless, I can tell you about the following new resources. Some worded questions have been added to the HCF and LCM exercise, that's highest common factor and lowest common multiple, and they are in level 6. So there's a new level 6 for that exercise, and the questions are all about HCF and LCM appearing in sort of real life situations, and the last 3 questions should hopefully challenge even your brightest sparks. Another new activity, Factor Pairs, was the next to be created. I decided on presenting this resource as 9 puzzles, with the first puzzle coming with lots of help. It's a drag and drop activity, but designed to help pupils see the patterns in the ordered lists of factors arranged in pairs. So that's something that is introduced, I think, in about year 5 in the UK. But is so important, and this exercise hopefully will be of use throughout primary and secondary school. Right, now the links to all these things I'm talking about can be found at transum.org/newsletter. So go there if you want to find an activity quickly. Did you know that you can work out the number of factors a number has by multiplying together the indices, each increased by 1, seen in the prime factorization of that number? Well, this next new resource, called How Many Factors, gives you a chance to apply that knowledge. It's sort of a drill and practice exercise, really, but it provides plentiful mental methods practice. The instructions for calculating prime factorizations with a calculator is in the Help tab, but it only appears when a subscriber is signed in, so I'll leave it up to you to decide exactly when to share that information with your pupils. Obviously, you don't want them to know that too early, so that's in the Help tab. Connect 4 factors. That's one of Transum classics, really, with many people playing the game or attempting the challenge each day. It has had an upgrade with its frequent flyer points, making it even more robust and easy to use. So if you haven't seen that yet, go and have a peep at Connect 4 Factors.
You can find Transum Mathematics at www.transum.org.
Right, now a plea for help. I've been teaching maths for goodness knows how many years, I don't even say, and something now has just puzzled me. How do you convert a fraction to a percentage? Do you multiply by 100 or do you multiply by 100%? Now this seems a very basic, simple thing, but it's just got my mind going around in circles. Textbooks differ. I've got all the maths textbooks out from the shelves here, open them to the percentages page, and half of them have multiply by 100 and the other half have multiply by 100%. It may not seem an important point, but mathematically we want to be correct here, so it is quite important. Now, I've had a conversation with one of the wonderful Transum subscribers, and still being undecided, I created a page, percentages debate page, to see what you think. And there's a little button in there where you can vote yes or no whether you think it's the multiply by 100 statement. But it would be nice to collect your views. So if you do have a moment, please go to the percentages debate page and let your thoughts be known. And now, here is the answer to the puzzle of the month that was given at the beginning of this podcast. The puzzle actually is adapted from a puzzle I saw in Alex Belos's latest book, I think, called So You Think You've Got Problems. It's one of those puzzles that most people get wrong, as the correct answer is not immediately obvious. Most people think that the option of playing Wally twice is going to give the best chance of winning 2 games. However, these 2 wins will not be in a row, so won't win you the trophy. The correct answer is the option that goes Bogdan, Wally, Bogdan. That was option A. You are quite likely to win the middle game because you're playing against Wally. And then you actually have 2 chances of making it a double because you're having 2 games against Bogdan. Now, if you're not convinced, draw 2 tree diagrams to show the 2 options. And then you'll see why the first option is the best. That's all for now. See you next month. Bye.
Thank you for downloading and listening to the Transum podcast. You can find the website at www.transum.org, where you're welcome to use all of the activities absolutely free, or jump in with both feet and become a Transum subscriber.